Hello YouTube, Salivate Metal here. Have you ever wondered where you can find the most accurate gold and silver spot prices? Well, I have, and of course it's led many of us, I'm sure, to do a Google search, and we think that we're going to find the answers in the first page of Google, and we can see here there's a lot of results here and a lot of different places to go to check on gold and silver prices. Well, the problem is all of these websites that you go to click on that actually sell, that shows you gold and silver spot prices, sell precious metals. And so that begs the question is well, how accurate are they? Well, YouTuber Hive5 has done a video and he illustrated that they do differ between different bullion dealers. And he actually asked an attendant at APMEX, and they basically admitted to creating their own, or essentially basing their own. I mean, they create their own spot prices based off of multiple factors, but obviously they use pretty legitimate, so they're not going to be off by a whole lot, but enough to be concerned because different websites have different numbers. And we can see here, just on the first result here, that from Goldline, this is not right for gold and silver spot prices. It's higher than that now. So it's quite interesting. And of course, this little app here, the way it's probably not been updated for a while. But so that got me into looking a little bit further into this and find out exactly why and where we can go to find the most accurate gold and silver spot prices. And one place that is kind of rated fairly well was this goldprice.org. But, again, they sell precious metals, and these charts look like kit code charts, but they've got gold price on them. And I wonder if they're sourcing from the same place. And here's the silver price. Got a lot of neat data on here, but I'm not sure how accurate it's going to be because, again, they're selling. So then it led me to more research, and I found another place that publishes gold and silver prices. But this is the first place that actually explains that variance about why these prices differ between sites. So here's this explanation from PM Bull. Live spot. There are no standards for reporting the current price of gold. Let that sentence soak in for a little bit. There are no standards for reporting the current price of gold. And that just leaves up a whole window of different things, how troubling it can be that we're getting these different numbers from different places. And how many of us really pay attention because the spot price of gold and silver fluctuates so much. You can see that it's, a certain price and then refresh the page and it's gone up 2 cents or down a nickel. The live spot gold price on most sites is obtained from feed providers that compile quotes from different contributors. The contributors are generally big bullion banks that report their current bid and ask in the spot market. Since different gold price quotes are obtained, the price feed services apply an algorithm to produce a live gold price quote. And so how are closing prices determined? Well, gold prices can be derived from a variety of exchanges, each with different trading hours. Forex trades 24 hours with 1-hour breaks at 5 p.m. Eastern each day. Globex trading continues for an additional 15 minutes. The financial press has traditionally cited gold's closing price at the end of futures trading on the COMEX at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Some websites use a London fix, which is now defunct, or simply midnight London time. With the introduction of physical gold trading in Shanghai, which has its own daily fix, it can be quite confusing as to what a daily closing price for gold actually means. And I think that's starting to see the two different markets, the Asian markets and the Western markets, and there is some push and pull between those two. PM Bull has previously reported closing prices based on the end of Globex trading at 5:15 p.m. Eastern Time. sometimes referred to as a New York close, but has since moved to using the 5 p.m. pause for gold spot trading. And then you have bid, ask, and midpoint pricing. Gold spot prices can reflect a bid, like Kitco, and a price charge. Ask, favored by retail gold dealers, as you can imagine, or the midpoint between bid and ask. It would be more ideal if actual trades were reported. These different options contribute to the variation in gold price quotes across websites and dealers. PM Bull uses the midpoint, while third-party gold spot price charts on PM Bull use different price feeds and standards. To take comfort in knowing that the minor differences in gold pricing are virtually immaterial or insignificant to the average physical gold bullion buyer. And that is an interesting statement too, almost as interesting as the first sentence in what I just read, because obviously, and I've noticed this before, but I sort of figured that there was delays. I attribute it to delays in reporting this price by different dealers. I didn't realize there were no standards, and I didn't realize that it's compiled from quotes from different contributors. Who are these contributors? Other than big bullion banks? Well, the big bullion banks, they sell gold and silver too. So it's quite interesting. But obviously, the average physical gold and silver buyer, well, we do notice, and we have noticed. So quite interesting indeed to see how that's played out. Let's take a look at the silver spot explanation, because there's a little slight difference here. It talks about the variations are because the market is fragmented and decentralized, which is a little different language than using different contributors. It almost sounds like with gold that it's centralized. It just comes from different contributors. But I guess it's kind of a word play there. Who knows? But it's interesting that it's a different explanation here. And it talks about the multiple contributors being the big bullion banks, and that silver trades 24 hours with a 1-hour break at Forex and a 45-minute break at Globex trading each day. This can result in a different closing silver prices each day. The close of COMEX pit trading at 1:30 p.m. Eastern each day has been traditionally used by the financial press, which is same thing for gold. And it talks about the new physical exchange in Shanghai with its own daily fix could replace the now defunct London daily fix. Many popular sites use a New York close. Globex pause at 5:15 each day, and they talked about 5 o'clock in the previous explanation. So in addition to variations in the times used for reporting closing prices, sites may choose to display either bid or ask prices. And as you can imagine, silver bullion dealers will always opt to display the ask price. But here's their PM Bull's pitch, is that they use a midpoint between bid and ask. So, but then the question is well, what are they using for the bid and ask? Because if there's multiple feeds, it's hard to tell what's going on. So essentially, I think what we're seeing here, one could lay the charge that not only is there manipulation from behind and the scenes, there is manipulation on the front end as well as the back end. So it's quite interesting and a little bit disturbing, because essentially, if you have a trade that occurs and a bullion dealer opts to display the prices a couple of cents in their favor, well, with every ounce, that's just more money in their pocket and profits, which may or may not be an accurate reading of the prices. It's just quite interesting. It's quite kind of fascinating that there's no real one place to go for the gold and silver spot price. I did look up Globex, which is CME, for the trading. Of course, they sell in bulk bullion. Obviously, it's a big bank, bullion bank, and there's no charts that I see on there or spot price quotes, so to speak, that I could see. There's futures trading quotes, but you know us here in the precious metals community, we like the physical. That's what matters to us. The futures, they can keep that. We'll take what we can touch. So there you go. Very interesting indeed to see this information. And thanks again to High Five for bringing this to the attention of the community. It certainly is fascinating to see the difference. Then the last question is, well, where do I go for gold and silver spot prices? What's my go-to place? Kitco, as it is for most everybody. And the reason is because of these ads here. They do sell gold and silver, obviously, but they're making the money on these ads. And so their prices are probably going to be the most accurate or have the most complete stream of feeds, is my guess, without actually going and doing some knee-deep state research on these folks. But they do have the bid and the ask price. And as you can see here for gold and silver, it's a $1 difference for gold, and for silver it's a dime difference. For platinum it's $5 difference, and for palladium it's a $10 difference. Quite interesting indeed, for sure. So post your thoughts below on what you think of this information in this video, or if you have a place, what's your favorite place to get quotes for precious metals? I'd like to extend the multitude of gratitude y'all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.